Today we have the wonderful Monstera Peru on What Is It Wednesday. This beautiful, highly sought after plant comes from the Raceae family. And it's native to tropical rainforests of Central and South America. It's primarily found in countries such as Ecuador and possibly other nearby regions, not necessarily Peru. As in other Monstera plants, the leaves on the Peru do not fenestrate as they mature, and the shape is oval or heart with a pointed tip. The leaves are quite thick, sturdy dark green, almost leathery, kind of bumpy looking. That just gives it this beautiful aesthetic look. And this is a vining plant. In its habitat, it will climb up trees and other plants. I just gave it a good spray down, so it's a little wet. I did notice some spider webs, so I had to treat it just to be sure. You'll see that later. Let's go on to care needs. The care needs are the soil will need to be well draining, a peat-based or chunky aeroid mix. That's going to be depending on where you're located and how warm your climate gets, how much aeration you need. As with the watering, you want to let at least the top inch dry out, possibly more. Your plant will tell you it might be a little droopy. If you live in a very warm, dry climate, you might need to water more often, and during the winter, less often. Light's always going to be bright, indirect light. Direct sunlight could burn the leaves, so always do bright, indirect. Because of the darker leaves, it might do well further away from the windows, but it'll thrive near a window. And ideal temperature is going to be 65 to 85 degrees. Much warmer than that, you're going to need a humidifier to keep the moisture in the air. And you're going to want to fertilize only during the spring and summer months, generally once a month, unless it's in a growth spurt, very diluted in every watering. And as with all plants, you're going to want to watch for pests. And this plant's no exception. You're going to either want to have systemic in the soil or be watching it weekly, rinsing it off with some kind of soapy spray, as I did here. And I did find a spider. It's dead. Better safe than sorry. I didn't know if it was spider mite webs. I think it was just a regular spider webs. I didn't see any other pests, but at least that's gone. We do have some nasty spiders here, and I don't want them in the house. Here the plant is starting to outgrow the little stake I clipped it onto. I ideally want to put it on a moss pole eventually, and for now this will be a good opportunity to show you how to do the propagation. On this stem here that's growing kind of funky, kind of did a curl around, it was a good opportunity to just cut that off. and hopefully we'll make a baby plant. Some say these don't grow very fast, but I've seen several new leaves since I've gotten it just a few months ago. So I think it just depends the time of the year and your conditions. First off, you'll need some scissors, and you'll want to sterilize them with some alcohol or soap and water is fine as well. I usually spray mine off, wipe it off, we're good to go. Here, deciding where to cut in between the nodes. Looks like a couple nodes didn't produce any leaves, so I want to save the top part that has the leaves, and then maybe cut 2 nodes down to try to produce something from the section that didn't grow any leaf, and then watch it start shooting out again. You may also want to wear gloves when doing this, as the plant is toxic to pets and humans, so any of the plant juices may irritate your skin. As with most plants, just wash your hands right away, do your cutting, clean up your area. I should have unclipped the whole vine before I started cutting. I didn't want to break this leaf here. These stems were kind of entangled. Just cut it already. The different mediums you can use to propagate your cuttings in are water, is usually my first choice. Damp sphagnum moss, if you have a way to cover it to keep it moist, either from in a cup or a closed bin, shoe type bin or larger, usually clear so that you can let light get through it. Put it near a window or under grow lights. That works well when you don't have leaves, but otherwise in perlite with water or just water. I'm going to put these, they look like good prospects because they do have these aerial roots already on them, and I'm going to just put them in a cup of water with some other clippings that I have that have been trying to root. Usually the more the merrier. If you have a pothos plant and you put those in there, they're supposed to help with the hormones in the water. I've always had success, so we'll see how this goes. Like and subscribe to keep posted on how this turns out. It's my first time trying to propagate this Monstera Peru. I'm almost glad this has a little hook right here on it to hang on to the ledge of the cup. Otherwise, I definitely would have to try the sphagnum moss. Overall, the Monstera Peru makes an excellent house plant. It's visually appealing for the home, office. Would make a great gift. The price is affordable. I've even heard someone finding it in a Walmart. I did get mine at a local shop. I know you can find them on Etsy and elsewhere. So If you don't have it, you better get it.